Evil Squid Comics Podcast. We are part of the Collector's Maze Network.
Don.
Scott.
Andrew. Shangri-La. Scott. Who's the artist, writer, person?
Oh, God.
Artist, writer, creator,
Nail
letterer.
me right
Who's
away.
the letterer?
Looks like this M. Bablet.
Oh, in Bablet, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably more like...
It's like a Frenchie.
Yeah, it's a French thing, so it's probably Mathieu Bablet or something like that.
Bablet.
Is
Scott's
what
doing his best French.
I am trying my best French, which is really
I
bad.
kind of flipped through it. I kind of remember some. They're
Yeah,
they're
the
on a
overall,
spaceship, right?
the overall gist of this, being a sci-fi type of thing, is the Earth is uninhabitable. I think it's like around 500 years in the future.
It's probably like what, 20?
I think it was like 25 something. I thought.
I was making a joke.
But anyway,
I know. Haha.
they basically people are living in these spaceship type things,
Like
these
these
large ships
generation
above
ships.
these Earth, while
Like
they're
Battlestar Galactica.
yeah, and it's while they're trying to either, they're doing multiple things to try to see what they can do. They're trying to terraform a moon around Saturn. At the same time, they're also trying to check on the Earth to see if, the shit that we did to it is making it as kind of reset itself. Yeah, exactly. Almost air out, in a way. In the meantime, they've got people, that have different odd jobs, taking a look at stuff, because on these generational ships, they're typically owned by like a corporation. Of course. And you're working for them to do whatever they need so that they can stay in power. And so one of the ships that's out there and is checking on these other ships finds that these ships that they're starting to look at have there's like nobody alive on them, and they have like weird explosion characteristics within the ship. And so as they start investigating more, they're realizing that this weird phenomena that's happening is that there's experimentation going on relating to antimatter and trying to generate different ways of energy, and things that they can use that can either overtake these generational warship or ships, with these corporations, or, just in general give us energy to continue on doing what we need to do, and get to different locations and things like that. Also, though, in the meantime, you have teams that are trying to look to, revolution against the evil corporation. And you also have a case in which, in this, world or this realm, our traditional animals and pets, it appears, have maybe gone extinct to a certain extent. I don't know. You don't really see any animals there, but it seems like they've done some weird cloning where they have kind of made these humanoid
animals. So like your dog's like walking around and talking like a person.
Walking around and talking.
It's like the bear cereal.
But yet the animal people are considered like second class citizens.
Yes.
So they're like people like beat them up and like make jokes about them, and like it's almost like racism but against like dogs and cat people.
Yes, dogs, cat people, and other
fox people.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So, having said that, all this type of stuff's going on, and they're trying to figure out, you're following along, trying to figure out where the revolution's going to go, how, if they're going to, succeed maybe. And, these scientists, some of them seem to be almost leading the revolution, and they're at the same time trying to make, work with this antimatter and, in almost some cases, make, weapon of mass destruction in some points. Others are trying to basically, they're basically trying to, take out the antimatter and go, hey, this thing's unstable as hell, so we need to get rid of that. And there's others that want to go back to the Earth because they're finding that they believe it can be inhabited again, that it has aired out, to your earlier point. Mm-hmm. And so they're trying to get there, see if they can figure out their way. But all this stuff is going on, within that. So it's fairly dense with some of that. But then on the flip side, because of all these little storylines going on, I feel like sometimes it will spend a little too much time in the Rick Remender preachiness of things, trying to get its point across of, humans are bad, in a lot of cases, Earth, we should all, we're a bunch of ants that need to be squashed.
Wally?
A little bit. There's a little bit of Wally.
There's a little bit of Wally there. Yeah. Except for it's not near as happy. That is for sure. I mean, it is.
But they are trying to keep everybody pretty happy on the ship. Like, don't they give them some kind of credits that they can use to buy perks?
Well, it's all part
Bars
of
open.
It's part of the corporation trying to keep people in check. It's the Matrix. In some ways. Hey, we're going to keep giving you credits so that you can keep keep buying and keep the capitalism going, and hopefully
Just
get
enough,
those
though, not to get
endorphins
ahead, right.
moving because it's like, ooh, I got the new shiny thing, yay!
Ooh, the new Pokemon
So
card.
Wasn't there a
That's
joke
right.
like they're making like almost it's like a new iPhone type thing, but yet they're releasing like the new one before the
Before
other
the,
one is
before
even
the other one
released.
gets out there, yes.
They're gonna love it. It's like iPhone 14 and 13 hasn't even come out
God,
yet.
yes.
We're jumping a generation.
We're jumping
There's
a
like
generation.
joke or something like that.
Yeah,
Well, you
13,
always-
13 is good
you
due
never
to come
have-
out next month, but we're bringing 14 out now.
Well, you always
So
get
we're like,
13.
what?
Yeah,
It's
well,
bad
that's
luck.
probably
You
true.
don't have
but,
13
but that, it's
full-
That's just
the
an example.
number.
It's not even
Yeah, that was
13.
even. That was a poor
see, it
example
should've
to
been.
your point.
Yeah.
But
That would have made sense.
but yes, no.
This did not make
Anyway,
sense.
it's
That's the
just
point.
they did a McFarlane, the Spawn.
Yeah, exactly. They did. They jumped the issue.
the art overall is really pretty good. I mean, it does have a certain huge amount of detail, in there.
European.
It is European.
It does have that very much of a European feel, especially when there's some of the ads that are going on in the background and they're all in French.
That's true.
And
That
so,
throws off a little.
so
You
yeah,
probably should have had a glass of wine.
I
Read
probably
that book.
should have.
And some cheese.
Probably should have.
Some brie.
But as this thing goes, though, it just gets more and more depressing. Though,
Are you supposed to read it backwards like that? Is
No.
it Japanese?
It may have done better that way.
So, was it your favorite?
Yeah, I did not care for it. I really pushed myself to get through this
Wow.
thing.
I thought it was decent. I didn't think it was that bad, but I mean, it wasn't the best European thing ever. Some of these things start to feel very similar-ish. I feel like we've read some other stories that are kind of hit a lot of the same
Well, yeah, it
beats.
sounds like a lot of Babylon 5. It sounds like Battlestar Galactica. It sounds like...
Expanse a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some of that.
There
For
probably
sure.
is a lot of that. Yeah. I did kind of like the start though, where it kind of gives you like this thing in which this guy's on a planet, and he's been there for some time, and it's on a planet that's due to be consumed by a supernova. Basically,
Oh,
the
nice.
sun was going, and he makes mention of the fact that from what that the Earth, where he's from, won't see this for, that this is going to happen like 1,000,000 years before the Earth will ever see it. So it's alluding to the fact that he's in the past, and so then as you're going through it, you kind of figure out how that's going to happen. And some of it has to do with the antimatter and things. But I thought that for a start, I think it was interesting because it does kind of get you going, ooh, there's some timey-wimey things here going on, and stuff. But as I go through, maybe because of how long it takes to get to that, it's not that bad, but like I say, it's just I felt like for the most part, it's really
pretty dark.
depressing. Yes. Yeah. It's not a very happy book whatsoever.
Oh.
And it just keeps getting more and more dark, as it goes on, and depressing.
So it wouldn't have fair Pharrell's.
Probably not.
Remember that? Does he speak English?
Yeah, well, he's talking about the guy who says something about happy or
He
whatever.
sings the song Happy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pharrell.
Yeah.
We read another book similar to this called Frontier. It had a lot of the same kind of beats. They were like on a ship, and they were like,
Yeah, but you're right, because it was corporation and everything
yeah.
else.
But this, I thought
And
Frontier
that was the
better
one
than
though where
this.
it turns out like they were on Earth all along, right, or something like that.
No, I
It's
think
also
that was
like-
a different one.
But the corporations
Oh,
and
so I'm
stuff.
thinking of it. Maybe I'm getting that one
I
screwed
think
up.
so.
then.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't
When you were talking
Okay.
about the corporations and stuff, it also gave me like an Alien.
Yeah, it's got some of those vibes. It's got a lot of sci-fi vibes.
Sci-fi tropey type things.
Yeah,
I
it
would
does.
think in some ways.
But nothing about it was super original. I don't know.
I don't know the humanoid animal type things. That was a little bit of a
That was
different
a little bit
take.
different, yeah.
Yeah, especially what I think
Because
they kind
nobody's
of.
ever done anthropomorphic
Well,
characters.
they do that, but how they treated those characters in this book.
But
and-
these aren't anthropomorphic. They're actually genetically engineered dogs.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So the way that they did that, I thought was a little bit of a unique take on things from that sci-fi perspective. But unfortunately, with that, it wasn't. It definitely was not a happy thing.
So you had the
That's for sure.
ability to make the animals you never thought, should we?
But
Absolutely.
in this case, they got that. They did it. They went for it.
No,
'Cause
I
they needed.
understand.
They needed more workers.
It's just
So-
like they did in the dinosaur with Jurassic.
Yeah, we got it. We got
Oh,
the reference.
okay.
Or I
Yeah.
did.
I didn't get that one.
Yeah, he
I
didn't
got
get
the
that. I
freaking
wanna-
feral happy
That went
thing.
right
but
over.
I didn't
He
get
got the feral, you did it.
Yeah.
You got
So-
Jurassic Park and he
Yeah.
did it.
Okay, done.
I'm fire.